All right, welcome to another Wine Wednesday. This week we're doing another Italian wine. We have this Insolia. It's a Sicilian wine from Sicily. So if you are familiar with Italy, this is the island at the toe of the boot of Italy. It is really great region for wine. I believe it's actually the largest producer area of wine in all of Italy, which is interesting because it is an island. They have reds, they have whites. This one, in fact, is a white wine. It is actually very yellow in color. It's a lot more saturated for a white wine compared to some, like a Pinot Grigio is going to be a lot lighter. It doesn't have as much of that yellow. So this is a really, really beautiful color. It's a little bit more of like a bolder wine because of that. But on the nose, initially, it smells sweet. I get citrus, I get stone fruit, maybe even some apple. And then with these wines, right? So Sicily, because it's an island, a lot of the area that the grapes grow are exposed to the ocean air, the soil. There's a volcano on the island. So you get a lot of minerality because of the ocean and because of the soil composition as well. And then sometimes with more of the reds, you get a little bit more of like the earthiness, like from the ash. But this wine, I would say, is still refreshing, like many whites, but has a lot more richer flavor, which you can even see kind of come through in the color because it's a lot more developed. You get that minerality, you get like the salinity that comes from it growing near the ocean. And so this wine, I think, pairs really nicely with seafood, like many whites. I made a little bit of a cioppino seafood stew that you can get at Trader Joe's, super easy, it's frozen, and just make it on the stovetop. But this one, I had a little bite and then some wine, and it's really nice. There's fish in this, there is shrimp, there are scallops, there's mussels, and it pairs really nicely with this wine. It's smooth, you have some tartness, but it goes down really nicely. It's a very interesting wine. This one specifically, this Insolia from Sicily, is a IGT. So it's not a DOC or DOCG. And that just means that there's not really like a strict of regulation, but it does mean it's an indication of geography typica. Like that's half Italian, half English. But it just means that it's from that specific area, but it's not as regulated as a DOC or a DOCG would be, as far as the grapes that it's using and the area and all these different regulations. But it's still a very good wine because there's different levels. But it does not to mean that an IGT is like lesser of a wine than a DOC or DOCG. It just has to do with regulations. This one is really nice, beautiful color, great taste, great with seafood. And I would recommend it if you like Sicilian wines, if you haven't tried Sicilian wines. It is really nice, great on a summer day. And also great going into dinner because it's not as light, I would say, as like a Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc, which I think are great, light, easy lunch wines. This one would be great for that as well, but it would also be good having it with dinner and something like a seafood. So I really like this one, and I would recommend trying it. And this one again is the Insolia from Sicilia, and the winery is Principi di Bottura, and you can find that. I got this one at Bevmo, and I think it was like under $20. So really good, valuable wine, good deal. So that's it for this portion of Wine Wednesday. Next week, we will be back with another wine, an Italian wine. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up to a vote on Instagram, and it'll be between a red and a white of my choice. I have some Italian wines in stock, and so then we'll leave it to everyone to decide. Again, I've never met an Italian wine I didn't like for the most part, so it's going to be good, but it'll be fun to kind of like put the vote the test. But thank you for joining for Wine Wednesday. Now we'll go on to the happy hour portion, and thank you for joining. And if you have any questions at all, you can message us, comment on this video, and we will answer, and we're back every single Wednesday for Wine Wednesday.